going to Man United, I'd love to know your thoughts on that, because I'm amazed they're there. I don't think the performances have been that good, but now that they're at this point where they've kind of got this platform of confidence, can they win it? Do you think they can actually win it?
Well,
if you ask me,
they can.
I don't think you can. Lives.
I need the. Oh no, you did send me the
yes,
YouTube.
Did send you that. I've been up since 7, mate. I'm acting like I'm a absolute tosser, right? I woke up.
Why?
Got myself went downstairs, got myself a green tea. Oh!
That's all right.
Then I.
Do you not like?
No, wait.
Like
it gets worse. Right. Then I meditated. Oh my God, what's he doing? Then I meditated, right? And I came up, did the runner, did some work before, and then Flav. I went spinning.
Yeah.
I did spinning. We've got the Peloton app. You see, we've got the Peloton app now. So.
Oh, so you don't need an actual Peloton bike? You just have the app.
No, guys. Unless Peloton are watching, and please do get involved. Yeah, I mean, a Peloton bike would be fantastic to see what the difference is. But we've got the app, so I did that round 9:30. Then I was supposed to have a meeting, but Flav got in a car crash.
I didn't get in a car crash. I got stuck on a country road where there was a car crash. And in the country where I live, it's your miles. You got to do like a 4-mile round trip to get back to where you need to be. So you either take the gamut, do you sit and wait for the accident to clear, or do you turn around and go drive all the way around? I sat and waited, and I got back literally 5 to 11. I should have got back 10:15.
I really struggle with ever thinking that you're in the countryside, just because you don't sound like that.
No,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
let's move you.
I think. Yeah.
Right, this running order is mental. Welcome back, everyone. Happy New Year. We've got our official God tier slugs in the chat right now. 20 of you beauties. Rob Turner, welcome. Catherine, always here. Good girl. Cal Sando, Rab Summers. It's Rab Summers' birthday. Happy birthday to Rab.
Happy birthday, Rab.
Dean Weston's here. Luke Ball's here. Rajan Sharma's here. Chris Brumby's here. And we've got lots of new Patreons. Get involved if you want to become an official slug, you lot.
Yeah, lucky.
Jake, Joe, I love this. One of the best. We've got the best patron names, right? Some of them are just normal, not digging that out. I'm called James Allcott, right? But newbies include Rajan Sharma, Callum Sanderson, Tom Fleet, Adam Harfield, Keegan Cooper, and then someone called Jake Birdass. But when I read it, it feels like a posh guy who's a badass, and his name is Jake Birdass. So welcome, Jake Birdass.
Nice. Welcome, mate. Thank you very much for becoming a patron.
Flav, I'm nervous about this one. Not gonna lie.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is this we started the YouTube edit? Is this we're rolling?
Yeah. Straight into it.
Fine.
Because do you know why I'm nervous? Because it's been a good month since our last podcast, Christmas Day podcast. Proud of that thumbnail, by the way. Don't watch the video, just check out the thumbnail. Really good thumbnail.
Was good. What figures did we get on that one?
About 14k on that one, which is
not
good.
bad.
Which is good.
Christmas Day pod.
But we've got, we've been doing some bits, doing some videos. They seem to be doing all right. We've got a lot of new subscribers, and I'm nervous because they think I'm just a nice bloke who likes a stat or two. And then they're going to walk into this mess.
Bloody loves football, Jim does.
Yeah, just bloody love football. And then they're going to walk into this mess, Flav. And we're going to talk about... So just to give you a bit of a tease, we're going to be talking about crying children, as quotes of the pod, seagull facts. We're going to talk about fake rumours and also fake definitions of a badge and derby games which are absolutely ridiculous as well. And man compliments as well.
What badge did we break down? This one,
Benevento. Yeah.
All right. Look, just if you're one of the new 4,000, and you don't know what this is.
Flav, introduce yourself.
Yeah. Well, look. If you're, my name's Flav. All right. And if you're one of the 4,000 lovely people that have subscribed to James over the Christmas period, because he works bloody hard, James does. Like there isn't a human being on earth that works harder at creating football content and are we, Jim? Right. But if you're here for more of that, then just fuck off.
Yeah, out.
Right? You're not wanted. Or not? No, stay.
Yeah.
Stay, because there's tons of football stuff. But what this podcast is, imagine the peripheries of football culture. Right? Imagine the periphery, the things around the edges of football that aren't really football, but they kind of still are. If you can understand that, then you're in the right place.
Yeah.
But what we would also say is there are a lot of in-jokes, a lot of things you might not understand. You might think, that's fucking stupid. And you'd be right. Yeah. But if you stick with it, if you're one of those troopers who can just plow through the bullshit.
You can hang in there.
If you can hang in there, there is, I swear to God, if you can push your hand through the walls of shit, some of it cat shit, dog shit, some of it's human, right? Yeah. And then within that wall of shit, if you break through, there is a nugget of gold, and you can hold on to that for the rest of your life. You can become a part of it. You yourself can become a little slug.
And, for some of you guys are going, oh, who is this James Allcott? What is he about? Well, one thing I can do better than anyone is stop momentum on a YouTube channel. And that is what's going to happen today. So welcome.
Did Jim, because you're obviously, this is your YouTube channel. This is important to you. It's your,
I know, part of me is like, this is hilarious. Let's burn this to the ground. The other part is like, oh, mate, I love it. I honestly thought, because I've had a good couple of weeks, I thought, imagine if I hit 100k. I'd honestly fall to my knees and cry my eyes out.
You've been trying for it near on.
Just can't do it. Just can't do it.
Yes, just can't get to 100k.
Imagine that little plaque. Fuck yeah.
But do you know what? They may come for the football, but maybe this is what keeps them. Because there's tons of football shit out there.
So, yeah, look. And actually, to be clear, there is tons of football shit on my channel. This isn't that. So just to be clear, one of the inside jokes is when there is going to be football chat, we will give you the signal. There is the signal. And just, guys, if you've just been skipping along and you've stopped here, this isn't the signal. This is me telling people about the signal. But just to kind of highlight the point, I actually made the running order, and the running order is littered with your comments. So get involved in the comments. We've got some amazing comments. Some of we've asked for some like high quality rumours, and some of the rumours are so funny. I'm really excited about that bit.
These are football related rumours, yeah?
No, absolutely not. They are not football related whatsoever. But I then did all that, and I was like, right, good to go. And then I was like, we've got literally no football questions in there. So I went to Twitter. So maybe we should just should we get the football chat out of the way?
Should we do football? Because I've got a couple of things I need to say.
Oh, okay, right, fascinating.
All right, so can we do it then, Jim?
All right, let's kick off with we are go. Hang on, go on, you go first, Flav. Go, give us the circle. Thank you. Good. Here we go. Okay, deep breath, everyone. We will now be discussing football.
Tottenham Hotspur in the final of a cup competition for the first time. Well, let's not talk about the European Cup competition. Let's talk about one that we can actually win. It's a League Cup competition. Tottenham Hotspur.
Is it a trophy? Is it a trophy?
So during Pochettino's reign at Tottenham, definitely wasn't a trophy. We're not interested in that. We're interested in league titles, and we're interested in Champions League trophies. That's it. Anything there, but anything other than that is beneath us. Now, this is a trophy we've got to win, mate. Yeah. We ain't picked one up since 2008. Of course, it's a trophy.
Sure, I got so annoyed at the coverage of at the start of that game. So sorry, I don't want to. Whenever you're ready, just bring me in. I'm going to go on a rant.
Go
now, right? Okay, I'm so the misunderstanding of what a football story is in that game, in the Spurs Brentford game, right? So the game's about to kick off, right? And the commentator goes, yeah, it says, "Oh, Brentford, what a game for them. Can they cause a shock?" And Spurs, who haven't won a trophy, they're 2 games away from winning their first trophy in 13 years. They're playing a team that is 2 games away from getting their first ever trophy in over 100 years. The fucking the blinkered bullshit of not understanding where the story is. The story is not Spurs in this game. The story is Brentford in this game, you moron.
Good. I like this. And feed this. What else, Jim? What else you got? What else
That
you
was the
angry
big
about?
one. And then at the end, 13 years of hurt, and now they're in the final. It's like, shut up, you absolute. And it's like when people come in the comments and they go, oh, yeah, Roy Hodgson. Remember when Roy Hodgson was manager? Shut up! Oh, it's so difficult being an Arsenal fan right now. You've won everything. Shut up. Oh, 13 years. It's been 13 years since we won a trophy. You got you just signed someone from Real Madrid. And he doesn't even play. Shut up.
Who was that?
You.
Who did we sign?
Gareth Bale. Or Reguilon. Take your pick.
Let's choose him. He's better.
Okay.
Jim, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. I'm sick of
it.
I'm sick to death of commentators and Sky Sports and fucking BBC and anyone talking about football getting the narrative wrong. Now, case in point number 2 is when Spurs smashed Leeds 3-0, could have been 6 or 7. All they did was talk about how great Leeds were. I've said this on 3 or 4. Wait, I've said this on 3 or 4 different platforms now. Glenn Hoddle gave the man of the match between Tottenham Hotspur and Leeds, a game which Spurs won 3-0. Yeah, 3-0, which is a big score in the Premier League.
Yep.
He gave the man of the match to Leeds' philosophy. What is going on?
Yeah, fair.
What is going on? Like, what? So all you have to do to be rated as a manager now is just play attacking football.
You've got to do it and be mid-table. You can't
They've
do
conceded.
it in the bottom 4. People have said this in the past. You're naive. You become naive. But at the moment, they're treading a new path.
Ballsy.
Yeah, they're treading a new path.
Anyway, I've done the Leeds thing loads. I won't do it again.
No, I'll get you. Rory are big on this one. You and Rory feel strongly. Staunch. You're staunch.
It isn't just me. Because we just did a podcast with comedian Carl Donnelly, international comedian Carl Donnelly, just released it on the Fighting Cock.
When did he become international? When did he get his
I think when he started
once you
doing
get booked abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of comedians are international. I guess once you get him paid, I don't know what it is. It's good to say, isn't it? And he brought it up without even me bringing it up. He said I couldn't believe my ears.
That is ridiculous. That is too far. Oh, speaking of Glenn Hoddle, have you seen Man Behind the Mask?
Here comes the mask.
Yeah, who's that man behind the mask?
Yeah.
Which is very catchy. It's as a format, I get it. It goes on for too long and it's infuriating because I want to see more.
It feels like I'm high on mushrooms. Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, that would be incredible on mushrooms. I would presume. I would guessing.
I might try. I might get some in.
Give it a go. Safely.
See if they've got any.
Yeah. So I'm certain Glenn was on that. By the way, I think Glenn was.
Really?
Yeah,
well, look,
he loves a song. He loves a sing song. Does Glenn?
Went to number 1 with Chris Waddle.
Can I tell? Oh, I don't know if I ever told you my Glenn Hoddle story.
Probably, but go on.
Glenn Hoddle story, right? So we did. We were invited to YouTube Space by BT Sport to do some sort of like. What was it? It was before the Champions League was kicking off. To sort of interview Hoddle and Lineker and there was someone else. Can't remember who else. Someone else. Jermaine Genius, maybe. I can't remember who else. Anyway, we Glenn Hoddle. It was when you were trying to do a documentary on this nutter who played for Spurs.
No, you're talking about. No, he played for Sheffield United up front. Paul. I can't remember his name.
Billy Whitehurst.
But yeah, Billy Whitehurst. Yeah.
Is that it? Anyway,
yeah, he's the hardest footballer ever to play the game.
So for those of you who don't know, back in the day, Allcott used to do the red carpets for ITV. It was Daybreak.
Of course he did.
Then became Good Morning Britain. With the likes of Brian McFadden and Louis Spence. And
yes.
What I was very good at was that often they'd be like, you got one question. And I'd be like, yeah. Or they go, right, last question. Like the person with the clipboard behind you when you're interviewing Tom Cruise or whoever it is.
Yeah.
And the way you get around that is you ask a question that has so many layers that you actually get as many questions as you want in it. Or you go, last 2 questions then. And then you do it that way. So I got Glenn Hoddle for about 10 minutes. And I was supposed to get him for about 2 minutes. And actually I got about a 10-minute video out of him. Because I was going through So who do you think's going to... Can we run through the English teams and go through it? Basically, I could tell he was like, As I say, he's like, right, hang on, you're taking a piss here. You're taking a piss here.
Yeah.
And then, but I promised you that I'd try and get him to answer a question on Billy Whitehurst because he would have played against him at some point.
Yeah.
And so then just as so we've done that, and then literally as then I went, we're doing this documentary. I've just got one final question for you, if that's all right. And he went, no. He took his finger. I went, no. And walked off. Normally I'd be like, that's out of order, mate. But
I know, mate. I've watched you.
Just to be clear, I'd milked Glenn Hoddle dry. There you go, out of context. That's what
you just like that.
Yeah, yeah. I imagine it would be long with Glenn.
Yeah. Jim. I've seen Jim work behind the scenes with his interviews, and he pushes his luck every single time. But you got to get it. You got one. I think so. I thought you used to. I thought you'd keep everyone longer than they wanted to be there. But this is your opportunity. Your opportunity is to get the answers. That's your job. Your job isn't to make them feel happy.
Yeah.
The job is to get the answers, and often you only get 8 minutes, so you got to try and get 12.
It was just always that technique of like the old double last question, and you get a minute.
I'll tell you what, the best interview you did with was Bellerin. That was a cracker.
But that was good. He's a good lad.
That was a good one because he was so laid back and he was just happy to.
He knew you were a Spurs fan. It's mad, isn't it? He could tell.
Yeah,
Flav was a Spurs fan.
He looked me in the eye and went, "Do you support Spurs?" And I went, "Yes." And he went, "I could tell." Which I take an element of pride out of that.
Yeah, you should.
I think originally
smell your fear, couldn't he?
I don't know if maybe. Do you know what? After that interview, I would say I hate every Arsenal player. But after that interview, I thought this geezer is sound as a pound. Yeah, he was just lovely, a lovely man.
Egg.
Good egg. Can I show you something, Jim? I know he's talking about football. We'll come back to the football.
Yeah.
How about that?
MF Doom.
How about that?
God rest him. He's a bit slimmer there than he is in real life, isn't he?
He's a portly lad.
Yeah.
He was.
Well, I guess
probably
that's why it's a headshot. Very nice. God rest his soul.
Anyway.
So I did tweet people asking, got any questions? Got any football questions?
Yeah.
And they are Ollie, Sage, or Sack, or the Big Sack, we like to call him. This is the only football cast that could get to half an hour before the schedule releasing. And there is no football in the running order. Wow. How would you feel about Tim Sherwood, James? Oh.
What do you mean? How would you feel about him?
Linked. Every time a manager's struggling for QPR, we get linked with Tim.
What?
Fucking shit.
Is Warburton gone?
No. The bread
Hang
band's
on.
still in the basket.
I haven't seen where you are in the league.
Don't worry about it.
Whoa. Let me just look at the league and react accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Championship
Can you spell
league table. Let's have a look, shall we? Table. Right, you're not in the top 6, so maybe mid-table. No. 13th, no. 4th, 15th, 16th. Millwall ahead of you. Wow. Birmingham. You are 20th in the league. Now, I know QPR. I've known you a long time.
Yeah, you've heard of
this surprises me. I thought you'd be at least 16th.
No, we've sold all our best players, haven't we?
Well, you keep doing that, don't you, Jim? You won't be able to get ahead if you keep selling all the players.
Yeah, imagine that, yeah. Les, can I come in? Yeah, come in. Yeah, just silent. Les is just silent. No one's gone.
Is Les the director of football?
Les Ferdinand, yeah. Les, are you sure we should be selling all our great assets? Because we seem to be. We've sold 45 goals from last season. Maybe we should bring some players in. Yeah, we got some. We got some Scottish players. We got some guys from Scottish. You get them for nothing.
Maybe we should bring some players in. Like no sort of nuanced argument about what we need to do to improve the team.
To be fair.
We buy some players.
We still play all right. We're just a bit toothless. We need a couple of good loans. Get some loans in. It'll be fine.
Jim, what happens? Because we often talk about QPR going to the Premier League and how much it would help your career.
Yeah.
What happens if you go down? How would it feel? Would it feel like
it's fine?
Like you can say if this is offensive, but does it really matter whether you're in League One or Championship?
No, it's a good point. No, I mean on a professional level.
Just how you feel as a fan.
Oh, as a fan as a fan, no, it makes no difference. I would still care and I still want to go, and when I'm there, I want us to win. It's pretty simple. But you want your team to do well, and you don't want your team not to do well.
What QPR? What if they went down
on James Lawrence Allcott channel? See, not just stats.
QPR. What if QPR went down and then went down again, and they were in League Two? Would you care then?
Yes. Yeah. Carry on. Well, I know we like to. I know we're okay with the podcast being long, but this needs to stop now. Don't ask me the question again. Okay, we'll keep going. Tim Sherwood, I don't. Oh God, please, no, not Tim Sherwood.
No. I've experienced him. You do not want him at your football club.
He did well for you, so why do you hate him so much?
In what way did he do well, Jim?
He got you top 4.
No, he did not.
He did though, didn't he?
No.
I'm sure he did. Right.
We're mid-table. No.
I'm sure he did right. And he brought them all through, didn't he? Brought them all through. That's on him.
His best role, I can't remember actually. He was there for 6 months. So, and then Pochettino took over. He was an interim manager. And in his head, he was the boy, the daddy. Best win percentage ratio, second to none. He put himself up above fucking Bill Nick.
Second in the chat, let's know where they finished though. The season that he took over, he did all right. I'm sure he finished top 4.
I remember getting smashed by Arsenal, smashed by West Ham at home. That's what I remember. Although he did bring Kane through, and he brought Ben Taleb through very quickly. Who went on to make decent money.
He's now isn't he at
Newcastle? I think, or he was on loan last year.
So yeah, the short answer is it won't work. He's not.
You must look at it like Les Ferdinand being your director of football because he once played football. He's done all right at your football club.
He's good. He's good. Don't worry.
Is he good? Because he's. I mean, look at what Brentford are doing, and I've never heard of their director of football.
But what I would say with QPR, we've got so little money, and thank goodness we are actually creating our own assets that we can then sell. So we're behind Brentford, but we're now sort of creating our own guys by taking players from top clubs that get released who are actually still good enough and bringing them in and giving them a place to play. So
did it feel good when we beat Brentford last the other night? Did you like that
in the Allcott Best Friend derby? Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Jim.
It was. They do bottle it, don't they? They do seem to bottle it, Brentford.
They are quite weak. Yeah. I spoke to Adam. Adam, who used to be on the 1s and 2s when we used to be at Ball Street for this podcast, or the version of this podcast that's nothing like this at all. But basically, me and James are on it, and doesn't matter. He's a big Brentford fan, and we've never played him. The biggest shame is that we don't work with each other, because leading up to that game and the aftermath of that game would have been. I would have killed him. He would have hated me. If we were talking, and obviously I wasn't really going to do it over WhatsApp, I don't get anything from that. But he goes, "This is my first ever experience of VAR."
Was it? Yeah.
He'd never experienced it before. And to be fair, he was offside. That was the correct decision. Did the silver mean?
It was like.
It was annoying, but for him. For me, this is the biggest shame. The worst thing to happen about COVID, the worst thing, is that we didn't get to witness the Brentford fans going crazy and then seeing their dreams crushed in the space of a minute. It's a shame we didn't get to see that.
It really is. Who is more of a slug, Arteta or Ollie? That's not really a question. I'm not really sure. I don't really understand that. Who's more likely to be a slug? It's a good question,
Ollie.
Actually. Probably Ollie, yeah. Southampton are good, but are they really good? Flav?
They are performing above their level. Arsenal's got playing really well.
Calm take. People probably won't like this. Now, because Hasenhüttl cried, didn't he, when at the end? When
his dad died.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Right.
Just stop the edge, just
Thank
in case.
you. Oh, right. Oh, thank you. Because I was like, someone in a WhatsApp group went, calm down. And I was like, surely there's something heavier, at play here. But then I saw it like a quote, and it was because we'd beaten Liverpool and I'd never got points off Klopp. So that's not right.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look, the people in my WhatsApp group said, his dad passed away, that's why. Because I was going
that
in.
That makes complete sense now then. Right, I'm so pleased you put me straight.
I was going in at that point, Jim. I was like, he's crying because he's won a league game.
Yeah.
Like, that is... And this is not like he hasn't been in big... Like, he's manager of RB. He's done great. Like, he's been a lot like the spotlight. I'd get it if Marine beat us at the weekend and all the team burst into tears. I get that. But he would just beat Liverpool.
Well, yeah. None of your business. Said James was about to say something outrageous there. I was just going to go, come on. But that's all I was going to say. But if it is that, then absolutely that makes complete sense. And I thought, wow, something heavy must have happened here, right?
You'd be right though, Jim. Crying over a league game is not that. It's not. It ain't the English way, is it?
No.
Stiff upper lip. We don't cry about fucking baby shit, do we?
I cry when I laugh. So.
Yeah.
Ollie's lost 4 semis in a row now. Are we still backing him? Yes, we are.
We are.
Do you know what? There is some smelly man glue drifting into some Liverpool cracks right now. I'll tell you that for free. Because Liverpool, let's have a quick gander at the Premier League table here. And actually, here's the question we need to answer. Who's going to win this bloody thing? Who wants it? But if you look closely at positions 1 and 2, there's a nice big dollop of man glue drifting into some Liverpool cracks here, as I said. Win, win, draw, win, win. That's 4 wins out of 5. Liverpool, 1 win in 4. That's what we do. That's what you do, don't you? I'm putting my finger over but I'm making the stats work for me. 1 win in, I haven't won in 3.
I've got a goal in 3 as well.
4. Yeah, no goals as well. Can't score.
No goals.
Can't score. It's amazing that form table like that and you're still top of the league. 33 points in first place. In 10th place, 26. The big question is, Flav, and I think we've supported them from day one, can Arsenal win the league?
This league? Or ever?
The Europa League. No, mate, imagine if Arsenal won it, though. Imagine.
What?
Why not?
Won the league?
Why not?
Why are we talking about it? Imagine if Leeds won it. Imagine if Newcastle won it. Imagine Burnley, it's as likely. Everyone's getting hyped about.
The others got.
Everyone's getting hyped about Arsenal.
Look at the form. 3 wins.
Brighton and West Brom. Brighton and West Brom. The Chelsea game, you've seen they're a mess. Lampard's got to go. It's all over for him.
Piranhas are out, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we were talking about Ollie, weren't we? We were talking about our little Ollie, who we've backed.
And when did we say, look, we need to make a decision on this guy. We need to decide if this guy is going to really take Man United back to where they belong at the top of the Premier League table, winning trophies.
I think it might be 10th.
Fans. Yeah, it was. They were in a bad place, and we put our foot down. We said, yes, Ollie, you're our guy.
When also, Jim, did we also say that there are cracks forming at Liverpool?
We did. Well,
it was before Villa.
It was. Was it before? It was definitely before Villa. Yeah, it was before. Yep. It was. I want to say it was after the Chelsea game.
I tell you what, we're going to put out now because obviously, clearly, we're having an influence on the Premier League table. Me and you.
Clearly.
Right. Someone else choose a club for us to back or go against, and let's watch them rise or fall accordingly. Yeah. Like, let us know in the comments, in the YouTube comments, and we'll talk about it next week.
Who wants some?
What team? It could be your own club. Maybe you're a Wolves fan. You're not doing that well. 13th in the league isn't good enough for Wolves, is it? It's not good enough. Do you want us to back Nuno to find a new way for Wolves to rise up this table?
Well,
if you want it to be,
the patrons are putting in their nominees right now. Of course, we must go to the chat right now.
We'll see what they say, but we also need people in the comments as well because we can't just give this gift to anybody or punish anybody.
I feel like
it needs to be a kind of nice. Everybody gets their chance to have their team rise up through the league. Who do you want us to make better or worse?
Yeah.
What are they saying in the what the Patreon's saying? What the Slug's saying?
Bob's gone straight for Brighton.
Brighton. Okay, we can do Brighton.
Max Brady, I think it will be, or Bravdy. Newcastle, Everton.
Well, I don't like this. So for those that don't know, when you're Patreon, you can watch this live and we can see your comments as we go. So you can comment as we go. I don't like what Connor's done there. I don't like it, mate. I don't like it. You had the opportunity.
I like Rip's one. Rip's a new Patreon, new slug. Welcome, my friend. Do the impossible. Keep Sheffield United up.
We're not magicians. We can't do. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Do that. Come on, the lads. I just need a bit of positivity. They can stay up.
They're shit. They're garbage. They're shit.
They are shit.
They don't deserve it. They've got the third worst record since football post-war history.
They are.
Right.
What are they? They're 9. No, they're only 10 points off. We can do this.
No,
we can bring Sheffield United back.
No, we can't. Have you seen them play, Jim? I've seen them 3 times this year.
We need to dream. We need to. That's the whole point of this. We go. You, Chris Wilder. It's your turn now.
Look, we can't decide. It's up to the people in the comments. In the spirit of this podcast, if everybody wants us to back Sheffield United, we'll back Sheffield United if that's what they want. But we're not making a decision now. We've got to hear it in the comments as well. But can I just I just want to pull up Connor Fay here, right? He's a patron. He pays money to get early access and
get him, Flav.
Like you have the opportunity to choose whatever you want, any team you want in the league. Could have even been a lower league club that might need a little foot up. Maybe we could have done QPR. Could have done. Can't now. Connor went, no, do my team, please. Can you do this for Everton?
Yeah. Me. I want a packet of crisps. No, I want a
Give me the cake. Give me the drinks. I'm going to put it in my mouth. Yeah. No, you can't have any. Yeah, this is like, yeah.
Anyone want a party ring? Yeah, I'll have 10, please.
Can I have all of the party rings and no one else can have any? Yes, it's my party.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Connor.
What's that? French fancy? Yes, please.
Yeah, I love that as well. I love it. Whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? I was just going to get a sandwich.
Yeah. What? Cheese? Well, and some roast beef. That's all right.
Yeah, right. So nominees are Aston Villa, Bolton, Sheffield United. I'm not even putting Connor's in.
Don't put us in.
No, I went Newcastle, Brighton. Who do you want? I think Sheffield. There's something there. Sheffield United would turn around. Imagine we just went. It's you.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it for Sheffield United. I don't want it for Sheffield United.
Is that why?
Yes, we have.
That's fine. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
I want to do it. I want to do Brighton.
Brighton's a good shout.
No, but let's see in the comments. We need the comments as well. We need the comments as well.
Okay. Back to the top. Who's bloody going to win it? I might do a video, and I don't want to say now's not the time because this is a different kind of content that we make. There is something about Spurs, you know.
I said, didn't I? Didn't I say? I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I'm saying if we got through that really difficult period of playing every fucker under the sun who's any good, right?
Yeah.
If we're within touching distance of the league, then we are in the conversation. Now, if we get beat against Aston Villa at the weekend, next week,
that's become a thing, isn't it? Being in the conversation.
I mean,
you're already in the conversation, mate.
West
Ham are in the conversation.
I don't want to be actually in the conversation. Right. I want to be on the peripheries of the conversation, and then be in it right at the end.
Yeah,
because you don't need the pressure.
If the conversation's a swimming pool, you want everyone splashing about and you just walking around to the side.
Absolutely no one gave us a chance of finishing in the top four, and absolutely no one gives us a chance of winning the league.
I don't think that's true.
I can guarantee that's true. If you look at the Sky Sports pundits, 16 of them, they're top four. I know that because I'm sensitive and I take these things to heart.
Say that again. You went quiet for some reason.
I feel like you're tricking me.
I'm not.
I'm not. Out of all the 16 pundits in Sky Sports to predict their top four, Tottenham wasn't even in one of them.
Wow.
And I know that because these things really affect me because I'm really sensitive.
Yep.
I'm a snowflake. Mate, did you see what happened in America last night? Fucking hell, I was mad.
What are they doing? It's just it's so. I feel
weird.
sorry for just normal Americans who are so embarrassed of their own country right now. It's just.
But they're not embarrassed of their own country. They're just embarrassed of these fucking morons. I don't understand what. It's so weird that there's this guy, a business who used to have a TV show, who has now, after losing, has thrown his toys out of the pram and has orchestrated a takeover of the capital.
It's absolutely sickening that he's going, come on, storm it. And there was named Giuliani as well. Absolute scumbag.
Can I just play something? Will this work if I hold it up to the camera?
Yeah, probably.
It's so funny. We'll get back to the football in a sec, maybe.
We need to get to the comments now. So
we've done quite a lot of football, haven't we?
What's my title, guys? Let me know in the chat. What the fuck's the title for this?
Spurs are in the cup. Well, we only talked about it for 2 minutes, didn't we? What? Yeah. What's the title? Hang on. Yeah. Oh shit, Jim.
What?
My computer's gonna restart.
Oh shit.
Mate, it does this. PCs fucking do this. You can't stop it.
You're just gonna disappear in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to disappear. You keep talking. I'll be back in I don't know, a minute. My computer's going to restart. I can't believe it. I'm not joking. At any minute. It does this. It does this like once every 4 weeks. I've tried turning it off. I don't know how to turn it off. It's gone.
As you said, it gone. Oh my god! Look, there he is. That's so funny. Oh, Flav, no, we've lost Flav. Can't believe it. Is he back? Are you back?
Yeah,
mate, that was so funny.
Mate,
I can't wait for you to watch it back.
So long. I don't. Huh?
How long have you got? Is it safe?
No, I'm good now. It schedules. I scheduled the updates because it's Windows. Do you have this on your window? It's just updates automatically.
No.
What am I doing wrong? I schedule it so it happens during the night, and then obviously I'll be recording. This is the second time it's happened, and it just goes, "Oh, your computer's shutting down in 60 seconds," and there's no way to stop it. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Right. Here's the question. Then. I need a bloody title. Right. Who's your top three? Who's right out of the? Who's your top three? Out of the Premier League title, right? Because
I've got to say Tottenham.
I think. Oh, actually, do you know what? Here's a question for you. Why are Liverpool getting no criticism whatsoever for this poor run?
Because there are injuries, isn't there? There are injuries. Oh, there's so many injuries. Like they're the only team on earth that has injuries.
I just like.
You know, you look at their front six, front seven. They're both their fullbacks are there. The only injury they've really got is in their centre backs pairings.
Yeah. Well, and
if you ask any
as well, they're totally dominating games, right? The reason they're not winning games at the moment is not because they're conceding many.
Yeah.
Because they can't score. Because I think a lot of teams have figured out that teams cross the ball a lot, and that's actually quite safe. Like they had it with Arsenal, you're having it now with. I think you've had it with Chelsea. You're having it now with Liverpool a little bit, and they congest the middle areas and let Robertson cross the ball in, and see if we can get away with it. And loads of teams are getting away with it.
Yeah.
Whereas at least Man United and Spurs. Man United play a little bit like Spurs sometimes. I think they've probably got a little bit more freedom.
They go forward.
Maybe
they're a bit more attacking freedom. We're much more regimented.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
And maybe that's because in terms of having the handbrake on, like say Spurs have the handbrake on, play that kind of football, right? But are lethal in transition, and Son is frightening. And also, importantly, Son gets chances with a lot of space around him. It's not congested like it is with Liverpool. And then you've got Man United who are a little bit further along. And then Liverpool and Man City are like the other end where they just completely dominate football games. But it is really, really congested. I think... I'm not saying... Obviously, one's more dominant. But at the moment, Man United win their game. They're top, aren't they? It's crazy. Maybe that's going to sustain it, right? You two could sustain it.
Bearing in mind, Chelsea... Liverpool and Man United have to play each other. If Man United get a result against Liverpool, then this is a sort of challenge mentally that Liverpool haven't had to face. They've had, look, don't get me wrong, winning the league and going, both, they should have won the league twice on the bounce, but Man City did that mad run when they just won game after game, and that pressure to keep up with them was certain type of pressure, and the mental aptitude of Liverpool's players is incredible. It's unrivaled. It's fantastic, and Klopp's got them doing that. But this is a different type of challenge where they need to stick together. They need to find a way out of this form, and not scoring goals as they are currently means that they can't rely on what they have been able to rely on consistently, which is a midfield that dominates possession, which they're still doing to a certain degree, and a front three that delivers in Mane, Firmino, and Salah. Salah looks, I don't know, it's so easy to go down this road, isn't it, Jim, where you just go, oh, he doesn't look interested. The thing with Kane, the thing that pisses me off the most is if Kane doesn't score for a goal, he's tired. He's not tired. Do you think these clubs don't have fucking like monitor their fitness, how their heart rate, what their resting heart rate is, how fit they are. They don't have machines that tell them exactly if there is risk of muscle injury and all this kind. Of course, they know all this stuff. You're not going to just chuck a 50%
Dion
cane out
Dublin
there
was
for the
saying
sake
about
of
Bruno
doing it.
Fernandes yesterday, the League Cup, because Bruno Fernandes has obviously been everything to Man United, and they're kind of exceeding expectations because of his. And because of little individual moments a lot of the time. I think now, like watching them yesterday, there were moments where I was like, McTominay and Fred were getting on the ball, and where they would normally be safe, go backwards, they were actually turning and driving forwards. And that's because they've kind of built a platform of confidence that they've got now. So now they become a bit of a different team. Like any team, when they've got a bit of confidence, become a much better side. The problem I see with Liverpool is... The problem I've got with Liverpool is... Oh, sorry, the Bruno Fernandes point was that, but then Man City sort of stopped him and he didn't score a goal. And therefore, does this mean that Man United are one-dimensional? Yeah, they are a little bit one-dimensional, but like he's good enough to get away with it. But if it carries on for too long, then people will get heavy on that one. With Liverpool, the problem they've got for me is actually their midfield. And by midfield, not Thiago, not the sort of DM, not the Henderson role, the third guy. Because I think the third guy, as good as Wijnaldum is and has been, I think the third guy in that midfield needs to be more creative. That's why I've said it on Twitch the other day. Shaqiri, I actually think they might start playing him a little bit more because teams are letting them have the ball out wide and letting Trent put the crosses in. I think he gave the ball away 38 times or something. That was the stat that everyone was going on about. Robertson on the other side, they're crossing the ball in, but you've got so many big centre backs in that they're fine with it. So they're gonna have to go through the middle a bit better, and that's probably a weakness that people didn't really see with Liverpool because they were so sort of like hectic and it was heavy metal football, blah blah blah. But actually, they need to go through the middle because round side's not working.
I think the problem Liverpool have is that they've set such a pace and been so dominant over 2 years that being able to consistently play at that level is really difficult, really hard. Even if you buy new players, it's hard to get them into the same mindset and same element of chemistry that the team has. So buying new players doesn't necessarily guarantee that this success will continue. Every team has like a fallow year, and this seems to be Liverpool's. Either it's the start of a decline, and even in decline, they could still win the league because they're that good, or it's just the end of a certain cycle where they need to refresh and rebuild again. And Klopp's more than capable of doing that.
And we'll be here next season to give them the glue they need.
Well, I don't know. I'd never do that for Liverpool, I don't think. But it's you can't win all the time, and you're gonna have shaky results, and you can't perform at a certain level. And when everybody is dropping points, this season is mental. It's fantastic. It's the best football season we've had for years. Why shouldn't Liverpool also be prone to that, like every other football club in the league is? So, if you're a Liverpool fan and you're being sympathetic to the fact that you're not winning all the time, you're not winning every game easily, I would say just sit tight and ride it out. And I'm sure they are. I spoke to a couple of Liverpool fans, and they're making every excuse under the sun as to why this is happening and why very soon it will all be fine again.
Do you actually think that? So last thing I was going to say about Liverpool, I agree with you. I think there's this so say there's your general performance. I feel like there's a 20% swing either way, depending on confidence and commitment. Let's say, I feel like Liverpool, I don't think they need it. They don't need the title like they've needed it in the past, and I think that's a problem that they need. Klopp needs to reframe it for them. And I think he tried to at the start of the season. Said we're going to attack. Yeah. We're not going to defend the title. We're going to attack the title defense.
It's hard,
but it's hard. It's hard. Whereas
it's like winning.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on, mate. Go on.
All right, sorry. So that's why, because I've been reading this book. Phil Jackson, who's the manager, the coach of the Bulls and the Lakers, both teams that were great, and he's talking about team dynamics and things like that. And when I'm reading that book and I'm then kind of putting it towards, I guess, sport and football, I just don't think Liverpool need it. And I think that's a real danger for them. Man United and Spurs, I think that's where I look at Spurs and I'm like, I think you really, that there's such a common cause, I reckon. That's what Mourinho does, that siege mentality, all that stuff, bringing in the right kind of personalities. There's something about that can give you that 20% to move you up a dial and achieve what you wouldn't expect. So those are my general thoughts on Spurs. I also think Man City have kind of had that wobble and now are starting to get back to a place where they're sort of feeling good again. And I think Man City are probably getting close to being the favourites now, alongside Liverpool, because of that's just my general feeling on it. Just not because Liverpool aren't brilliant, they are, but because of the problems they've got and also that psychological element of it. But going to Man United, I'd love to know your thoughts on that, because I'm amazed they're there. I don't think the performances have been that good, but now that they're at this point where they've kind of got this platform of confidence, can they win it? Do you think they can actually win it?
Well,
if you ask me,
they can.
I don't think you can. I don't think they can win it. I'm not there.
Well, if they win their game against the game in hand and then beat Liverpool, then they're 6 points clear.
Wow.
So from that, you can suffer a blip. But it's not if they go to form like everybody else does, that they will have a period of the season where they'll find it difficult to pick up points. They're not all conquering Man United. They are on a great run of form. I'm just saying obvious stuff. If they can continue this run of form, and no one in the league has been able to so far, then of course they'll go on to win the league. But
here's my thing with Man United.
This isn't the way this football season's gone.
Here's my thing with Man United. I feel like Man United and teams playing Man United, they don't have that same fear factor of them that they do of a Liverpool at the moment, right? But like you say, if they say they win those games and they go 6 points clear, and oh my God, they're going to win the title again, they become every team's cup final. And I think that's a problem for them. At the moment, every team's cup final is Liverpool. It is. Like I think people are like, fuck, we need to be so... But it's still Liverpool, Man City. You've got to be so fucking switched on here. And that's, again, another thing that when you are the champions, you've got to deal with that kind of stuff. And something that Spurs are probably... They're kind of playing in a style that allows you to stay off the radar, if you know what I mean. Man United is such a big club. If they then have the points to go with the size of the club, I'm not sure they've got enough. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's interesting you said about Liverpool's psychology and them needing. It's really hard to continue to motivate the same group of players, over and over again. It's really hard because what do you say? This is going to be the first title. You will be legends in Liverpool. You'll go down in Liverpool folklore for winning the first title in 30 years. That same trope doesn't work the season after. It's really difficult to remotivate them. But one game where they will be motivated to play, which really will tell us a lot about Liverpool.
Oh, they'll be motivated.
If they're not motivated and they turn in a lackluster attacking display against Man United, then it would lead you to assume that there are problems at Liverpool because they don't have the motivation that they had previously, right? Because Man United Liverpool is the biggest one for their fans and their players understand it. People like Henderson.
That was brilliant.
Of course, Sky Sport. That's why Sky Sport doesn't matter. What's your favourite cheese on cheese board?
Saint Agur is great.
What's your favourite cheese?
I don't see the point of brie. It's useless. Anyway.
Do you like Stilton?
Yeah, I do.
Stilton, no.
Right.
My missus made a...
Oh, sorry, go on.
Well, there she is, actually. There she is. Wonderful Ollie.
What a woman.
She doesn't like being on camera. What a woman. What a woman. Yeah, she made a Stilton and broccoli soup.
Lovely.
Well, it isn't really, is it? If you don't like Stilton.
All right.
It's the worst.
Oh, you don't like it?
But I'm not a big fan of mushrooms either, and she made a mushroom soup, which is really nice.
Okay.
Anyway, should we get on with it?
Yeah, probably edit that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll edit all of it out. I thought it was a placeholder. You're editing the bit out where I just disappear for a minute, are you?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, right. Flav, give them the signal. What's the signal for when it's the fun bit? Fun bit. No, that's football.
I don't know. Well, that's when the football's over. It's supposed to be like they skip ahead.
Okay, all right. We go again. Right, quote of the pod. First of all, where is everyone blasting the pod from? We spoke about this on the Christmas pod. Where are people blasting the pod? Because if they're brave enough to not just listen it into their headphones, then they're high-level slugs. Bear9 says, I blast this lovely drivel in my kitchen when doing the dishes. The Swellhead Spur, when I walk home from work, he's working nights at the moment, so he's walking home in the morning, I blast this, usually listen to this, then listen to XFM. So that's the company we've got, Carl Pilkington. So us and Carl Pilkington. I don't know if that's enough or not. Matt Bradbury,
of course it is. Carl Pilkington's mate.
Just checking in. I always blast it out loud. I live with 8 people. They all think it's a bit odd, but I don't care. When they said they think it's weird, I loaded up the sandwich moment and played that, the specific minute of the pod, and suddenly everyone understood. There you go. Right, now it's about to turn. For anyone, like I say, new subscribers, thank you so much for hitting that button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. Hit the button. It's going to get weird now. It's going to get a little bit weird, because that's what this podcast is about, just so you know. Quote the pod, with 100 likes, children are weak mentally. We were talking about kids crying last week. Matt Robson, you were the winner, mate. Congratulations. Serial winner, Matt Robson. Selford, you've got to take advantage of the weakness you see in the child's face. That's a comment from last week's podcast, if you want to go and check that out. Another quote of the pod. If we don't bully him now, he's going to be a weak little man growing up. And then someone replied saying, so true, from a weak little man. Don't know if they're talking about me or talking about you there.
No, I think it's just Josh. He's saying he's the weak little man.
Oh, right. I thought he was calling me a weak little man. Alexander Brunton, quote of the pod. Some people won't find someone and they will die alone. Christmas hope. I presume that was you. 28 likes on that.
I can't remember.
28 likes on that. Oh, that's funny. Someone's going to die alone. Right, on to the comments of the week. Can you guys do a new bit where you review... This is Robert Denton, sorry. Can you guys do a new bit where you review a different crying child at the football? So
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. My favourite of all time is that kid, that Brazilian kid from the 7-1 game. It's glorious. I think his eye rubbing behind the glasses makes it.
Can we
try and
can you... Well, I think we should just... I think if people can send us or tweet us, you're showing everyone your shit, Jim.
I'm not. It's not. You've just seen it, but no one else.
All right. Yeah, but if people can send us in,
Brazilian kid.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Hang on a second. Can you?
There he is.
Yeah. Right. So what's really good about this is that he's crying tears into his cup to keep for later. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, GIF. Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh God! Look, he's broken.
He's screaming into
and the
his
great.
cup. He's screaming.
And
Why,
the great.
Why, David Luiz? Why would you do that to me?
The greatest thing about this is that he's not that old, right? So all he's experienced is Brazil dominating, doing everything. And you can see he must be 10, 11, right?
Yeah.
His world is literally crushing around him. His whole world is being destroyed and he doesn't know what to do. And the only way he can cope with this is that the tears are being expelled from his eyes and his weird little glasses are getting pushed up and he's like, I don't know what to do. And his dad's not there, his mum's not there. He's on his own. He's gone to the World Cup on his own, thinking it's fine because Brazil will win. We always win. It's 25 minutes gone.
Answer me this, Flav.
I'm in a flow there.
Oh, sorry, go on, carry on.
Can I just...
Yes.
25 minutes gone, 4-0 down, and he has no idea that it's going to get worse. It's going to get so much worse.
Yeah.
And then he's got to spend 2 or 3 days in this existential crisis. And he's just crying his eyes out. Love it. This is beautiful. This is the football shit I live for.
What's his inner monologue there, Flav?
Cry, little man. Cry, little man. Huh?
What's his inner monologue?
Sorry?
I think he's going, but it's a home tournament. I mean, that's what I think he's saying.
He's
to
just
himself.
like, this isn't supposed to happen.
But here's another one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Quite a good one. Because he's bought his axe. He thinks it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
He thinks it's going to be like a nice...
It's not going to be a laugh. And this is...
It's going to be a laugh, isn't it? Dad, can I have one of those? On his way to say, Dad, can I have one of those Ducky. That's good because that's adult. Because she's experienced. Yes, the opposite. I don't like that as much. I like pain. Can you go back to the woman, please?
Sure. Do you want? Look, we've got a few here. There's this one. Oh, it's a GIF.
It's
Listen.
Right, let's
That's a breath in. That's a breath back in. She cannot believe it. She cannot believe it. Great camera work.
Can we just stick with this for a second?
Sure.
Now, this is a woman of age. She must be 30 years old, right? She has definitely.
Where is it?
What's going on, Jim?
There it is. I wanted to get closer to the gold. There it is.
Right. Yes. Brilliant work, Jim. Right. She is. She got to be around 30 years old, Jim?
Yeah.
30 years old, right? And she's seen things. She must think she's from Brazil.
She was alive in '94, but she doesn't really remember it. So this is the one for her home tournament.
But she's had some genuine turmoil. I'm sure she's lost a grandparent. She must have lost a grandparent by now. So she knows loss. Right? So she understands it. And still, Germany scoring 4 within 26 minutes breaks her down worse than a granddad's funeral a couple of years ago. She was crying worse at this. And this is what football does. And I'm here for it. Her husband's all like, there's no point me even cuddling. I'm definitely not getting laid tonight. I'm just going to take my arm off you. She's not going to be up for it at all. So I'm just going to stop.
What I always think, as someone who kind of works in media, I'm always thinking of the cameraman. The cameraman is right. That's not even zoomed in. That is right. And he's literally just standing in front of her. Just like getting that goal. Glorious.
If they were 4-0 up, his hand would still be around her, but just on a right boob, cupping her right boob.
Touch lower, sure. Yeah, fantastic.
Do you know what's great about football, Jim? What's great about football is it can reduce, no matter how good your life is, it can reduce you down to nothing.
Yeah. 3 cheers for crying children. Hip hip. Hooray.
Hooray.
Hip.
Please send in more. Hooray. Hip hip. Hooray. Can you send us more pictures for us to break down next week? Ideally GIFs, but pictures. Please just send describe it and then we'll do a search.
I need a link. Link's best.
This is a bit. This is definitely a bit. I love this. This is what I live for.
Okay. Speaking of bits, seagull facts. Whoa. This is not football. Yeah. Martin123, seagull facts. I once saw a seagull steal a waffle from a small child. It was great. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Darren Burgess. I'm wrong, I'm afraid, on the goal fact, because we were talking about why aren't you seeing seagulls in trees? Some people are seeing them, some people aren't. Darren Burgess, this is interesting, right? Wrong, I'm afraid, on the goal fact. I did my 3rd year project on gulls, and they aren't seabirds as they inhabit coastal areas as well as many inland areas, hence why you frequently see them in your local town and city, as mentioned before, are not seagulls but gulls. Seabirds are birds like guillemots, gannets and puffins. The reason gulls don't commonly use trees is because they neither feed, roost or nest in them, whereas in the wild they are found on cliffs and coastal landscapes which don't usually have trees, and the same reason they are so at home nesting by chimney pots and roosting on rooftops in an urban setting. Combine that with an unfussy scavenger diet, this phenomenon of gulls urbanising will be more and more of a regular sight even in the most inland of cities. Thank you, Darren.
Darren, thank you so much. What a great answer. What a way to supplement such a great bit as seagulls in trees.
Sure.
Do you know what? I brought this up the other day on a dog walk with my mate. I went, have you ever seen a seagull in a tree? And he was like,
hang on, walking mate. Fancy a cheeky goal fact? And then you dropped that bomb, did you? Go on.
I learn a lot from this podcast that I share beyond it. So don't think that if you're posting shit in the YouTube comments that this just ends. I don't. I absorb it and I give it to other people as a gift.
Do you know what
we were walking along and I went,
sorry, go on. Wait, this is important. I have a phrase that I say to Fam, and I think this will work well for you. When maybe she's thinking, well, we're near to an argument, and I just need to acknowledge it. And it's a bit like you with the comments. So for those of you in the comments, I see you, I hear you. There you go.
But I don't like you.
Yeah, but you're fucking me off. Sorry.
Yeah,
do you go?
Walking along and he went, it's kind of built it up too much now, but I was just walking up and went, do you ever seen a seagull in a tree? And he went, yeah, must have. Yeah, must have seen. I was like, you've never seen one. They don't sit in trees. And now I can add this to it.
Yeah.
And then I went, and there's no such thing as a seagull. And he's like, what do you mean? I couldn't remember what I had to say, so I was like, just trust me, there isn't.
What surprises me about this is, the interest in seagulls. Callum M, seagull fact: there is no single species of bird called a seagull. It is an informal term to refer to the family Laridae or gulls. I remember I told my girlfriend this fact one time when she incorrectly labelled a great black-backed gull a seagull. Probably should have been the last straw in our relationship. She looked at me with such... Hang on, probably should have been the last straw in our relationship. All right, still together. Good. Seems like it's going well. She looked at me with such disdain and said, nobody cares. Little does she know that Jeff Podcast is now coveting such little nuggets. Well, there you go, Callum. Shove that in her face.
Leave her.
Yeah, leave her. Or leave her. Up to you. Noel Willett. We were talking about Sol Campbell and his Christmas and what he would get. Noel Willett believes that Sol Campbell would... Actually, this isn't even a gift. This is just mental. Right, I'm just going to read it out. It has no context. I'll try to give you context there. It's not happening. Noel Willett. Sol Campbell loves his big A to Z map, but he's never been able to fold it back into its original shape. He's been close a few times, but the front cover of the map always ends up somewhere within the fold, nowhere near the front. It now just occupies the passenger footwell, fully unfolded and covered in weird stains. 21 likes. Football podcast.
Good.
DJ Tivy, seagull facts. Seagulls will explode if you feed them gluten.
That's if you feed bread to ducks.
Or salt on slugs, isn't it? Yeah, be careful out there, guys. And final comment of the week. Stephen Delash, first time commenter here. I believe one of your questions was asking what gets lost in translation for your American audience. This is brilliant. So in the American, in the podcast we were saying sometimes we must say shit and Americans just don't get it, right? Surely, and it's true. And Ali, one of my mates, Ali watches. He says yeah, sometimes I do just skip on a bit. He's an American. Anyway, Stephen said this. First time commenter here. I believe one of your questions was asking what gets lost in translation to American audience. My friend and I are long-time listeners, but we grow increasingly alarmed every time you guys refer to Joachim Low picking his bum. I don't know if this is some sort of British slang for scratching, but I think I speak on behalf of all American slugs when I say that the use of picking inserts a rather disturbing image into our minds. Cheers from Philadelphia. Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah, it's not. It's just funny. Well, yeah, but it's funnier. That it isn't. It's not some sort of British vernacular. It's just funnier sounding. He's picking his own bum. Obviously, no one picks their own bum. I think, actually, when you're kids, there were some people that would just they'd pick the trousers out their arse. I think that's probably where it came from. That came from when we were writing Rue de Boulogne, which was a show that we used to produce on Ball Street, and it was we first saw the footage of Joachim Low scratching his ass and sniffing it, right? But in order to make it funnier, we just said he was picking his bum. That's where it comes from, and that's where to this day we still say it. It's not. No one says people picking their bum in the UK. I mean, it should be a thing, but it isn't.
Legacy players, possibly a new bit. Let us know in the comments if there are any legacy players we could talk about. We did it in the Christmas pod. Zinedine Zidane, and his legacy is basically headbutting someone despite being one of the greatest footballers ever to play the game. Finley Zimmerman. Jonathan Woodgate. What would you say? So I'll tell you what, this will be interesting. See if you guess it when I say the name. What is his legacy? Jonathan Woodgate. Go, Flav.
I'm reading it.
Well, don't read it. It's
too
late now. Anyway,
sorry, I'll close my eyes.
Pause the podcast.
I didn't know that this was a
right. I think you would have gone scoring a cup-winning goal with his face or whatever it was.
Face.
Yeah.
Do you mean? Yeah. No, but what was it, Jim?
So the correct answer was he's just known for playing for Real Madrid and on his debut scoring an own goal and getting a red card. I remember watching that game. It was mad. He was in quicksand. It's horrible. Louis Williams, just checking in. Hope everyone is having a cracking slugmas. I reckon Patrice Evra is one of those players that will only be remembered for his chicken foreplay, despite his achievements. Still weirds me out to this day when I think about it. He's weird, isn't it? He's weird.
He's a strange guy. He's a really strange guy. He understands social media.
Is that a French thing? Have we got any French people watching the pod? And is there a more casual feeling towards raw chicken? Than in
because
in this country you don't touch it generally because you can get salmonella.
Yeah, like there's some cultures that wash chicken with water, which is actually according to the Food Standards Agency, spreads bacteria. Licking raw chicken is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Isn't there a thing about chlorine as well with chickens? Certain countries wash them.
Yeah, that's in America. America, that's the issue with the trade agreement. Yeah. And we'd now be trading poultry with America. That we're not protected by EU standards for animal cruelty or animal care or something. Yeah. And so in America, they have chlorinated chicken to some degree, and we may have some of that in our fuck knows. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Guys,
what I'm just saying is, if someone wants to lick,
make sure you hit that like button, guys, if you're enjoying the pod.
If someone wants to lick raw chicken, then I think they deserve salmonella.
I think that's a fair point. Right, really excited about this. Really excited about this. High quality rumours. Now, don't read these, Flav. The first one.
All right.
The first one was actually the last one I found when I was scrolling through the comments, and I put it right to the top because I didn't want to miss out on this high quality rumour. So this was based on, it can be football, it can be, it doesn't need to be football at all. It can be school. I just want funny rumours that weren't actually true, that you sort of just put out into the ether and somehow they became a thing. Because I think they're hilarious. So, Leo, this is the one that went straight to the top. Leo McAllison, I think it is. School rumour. There was a very large teacher at our school. It was a bit annoying, a little bit annoying. Not very, just a little. There was a famous tale that she stopped halfway up a flight of stairs for a king-size Mars bar break. I've never questioned it to this day. I thought that was hilarious. That's so meek. That's such a weak rumour that everyone. And it's clever because it kind of went under the radar. Oh yeah. What? Yeah, she's a little bit bigger, isn't she? Yeah, you know she stopped halfway up the stairs to have a Mars bar because she needed the energy. I just love that. I love that. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's so
He's really good. Stopped halfway up.
Oh, do you know I haven't done the Derby game? We'll get to it. Ben Spanton Walker. All right, lads, just checking in. Merry Christmas. I've been turned into that crying child meme. Coming back round again. Briefly. Only issue was, it wasn't even me. It was just a random white Spurs fan with glasses who got caught crying during Tottenham's 4-1 defeat at home to last night in the League Cup. It went round my whole school year that it was me when I was in year 8, and people still weren't convinced it wasn't me when we left sixth form. I was just a white kid with glasses. I had the same problem with people thinking... Sorry. I had the same problem with people thinking I played Ben from EastEnders. Ben from EastEnders.
He's named Ben Spanton Walker as well.
He's named Ben as well, yeah. Oh, really good.
That's James fantastic.
Allen. All right, Slugs, just checking in with a rumour from my school days. Do you remember the last day of year 11 used to be called Muck Up Day? Or something similar. And kids would do, or more likely just talk about, doing pranks at school. This was always a rich source of rumours of what people's mates' older brothers had done. Well, there was a rumour that at a local posh boarding school on the last day, they had taken 3 pigs from the school farm, covered them in Vaseline, and released them to roam free in the school corridors. The bit that really got me was that apparently they had written the numbers 1, 2, and 4 on their backs, so the staff spent ages for looking for number 3. As a kid, I naively believed this until I was talking to a friend of mine from a different town, told me the exact same story about his local posh school. I just think that's clever. That's a clever one if you can do the prank. 1, 2, and 4. That was good. Steve Paulson. In my first year of high school, a bunch of the lads from my grade said they saw a guy masturbating in the toilets. They absolutely... Actually, this one's a bit dark. Fuck it.
No.
Started now.
Read it.
They absolutely blew up about it. The guy was a bit weird, so I believed it to be true. And for my entire high school life, I thought, he's actually a nice guy. But remember when he jacked it in the toilets in year 8? Bit of a cretin, isn't he? The words of Steve Paulson. Anyway, years later, on a train to uni, I bumped into one of the guys that saw him do it. I said, can you believe he did that? And he replied, oh, he was just taking a shit and we all ran to the bathroom and made it up. My entire world was shattered. For 6 years, I thought this guy was a future sex offender. when he was just a portly 13-year-old taking a shit. For
Be kind, innit? Be kind to people. I know. Just don't, because you just. I'm sure there ain't any school kids watching this, but you don't know what you're doing to people's lives. You really can fucking hurt people and make them feel really bad, because when they go home on their own, got to cope with all that shit you've put on them. So
yeah, man,
don't do it.
I feel like I maybe should stop. I've got others, but I feel bad now.
Sorry, one more.
This one's funny.
We can take some over next week.
This one's funny and safe. But yeah, as a warning, be kind to each other. Be kind to each other. But this one's funny. Rumours. This is from Jaquel. My housemate at uni once spread a rumour about one of our other housemates as a reaction to his domestic slobbery. The rumour was that he would eat butter for dinner by microwaving a few sticks of unsalted butter in a mug and immediately downing it. It spread quite far. Well, yeah, it's because you melted it in the mug. Oh. It spread quite far, and he was questioned on it numerous times by other people on his course. His reaction slowly progressed from bewilderment to confusement to frustration to "lady doth protest too much" anger over the accusation. That's the problem. Do you bite on it? You can't. You best not.
It's how do you react so that it doesn't go any further?
Yeah.
It's like a nickname. When you get a nickname you don't like, like how you react is whether or not it sticks.
And I'll save a few for next week.
I don't know. What do you do? Yeah, go on.
Eat butter. Yeah, he downs butter.
Like if someone's...
What Steve? Yeah, he downs butter. Yeah, he pops it in the microwave. Unsalted.
Jim, if obviously you take yourself relatively seriously. You've got a you've got a career you've built for yourself. Yeah. Well, do you know? I mean,
it's a balance.
I mean, you've got to take yourself seriously. Yeah, it's got to be a balance. But what if? How would you react if a group of people are around you that you knew, and they made up a nickname for you that was Specky Bellin, that you absolutely hated and absolutely didn't want to stick because it could affect your ability to earn money and how seriously you're taken? How would you react so that it would go no further? All right. So I'm just going to set the scene. You've got to react.
Yeah.
I've got a great nickname for James.
Yeah.
Specky Bellin! Hey, Specky Bellin!
No, that's class.
What would you do?
Yeah, that's class. That's really good.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. They're definitely calling Specky Bellin.
That's good. Yeah, wait. Let me... I'll take my contact out now and I'll put my glasses on for you. That's good. Yeah, brilliant. Actually, that's it. I ruined it at the end.
No,
you ruined it at the end with the brilliant.
Yeah,
I cannot do that.
You just go, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. That's okay. That's okay. Do you know what I got called this week?
It's fucking
I don't know if I told you this the other day on Patreon. Join us on Patreon if you want to join the mailbag. Ask us anything, we'll answer it.
How do they join your Patreon?
Links in the description. Thank you, Flav. I got a comment. Someone went, it went, ha ha ha. Great video, fatty. I'm like, oh. Fair play. I haven't had that one for a while. But
that's not very nice.
Great video. But it was like, I don't know if it was like, English isn't the first language, and it's like trying to be, I don't know. Great video, fatty. Like, what? Huh. Fair play.
You're not fat.
I'll tell you what I am. Ready for... Derby games! Got a few derby games. Which we won't talk about for long. Because football bit's done, isn't
it? Yeah.
Oh, actually, what I would like to show you all. Do you remember AK the producer?
Yes.
We got him to take a picture of himself with a spoon, but he wasn't smiling. He's got a derby game for us.
His profile.
He's got a derby game for us, and he's made it his profile picture. And I think that's him smiling, because that's not the same as the last one. There's a gentle smile there. Can we get a full smile?
Yeah, it's better.
Can I get a full smile, please?
Teeth.
I want teeth.
I want to see teeth.
Can we get a full smile with? Don't forget the spoon. Thanks, AK.
And make it your profile picture.
And make it your profile picture, please.
And in your description, your bio, put the word slug in there.
Yeah. Yeah, is that what people do? People do a hashtag slug at the end. Oh my god.
Anyone who watches this, everyone who watches this, if you consider yourself a slug, just put in your bio little slug or slug. Just put a slug. No one will know what it means. They might think it's a fucking slug from a gun. They might think you're hardcore.
Yeah, maybe.
whatever it is, and if you can screen grab it and then just at James Allcott, please.
You don't need to do that.
Stuck.
Right, lots of FA Cup games. I'm not going to go through them all. Not everyone got a trip for them. A couple of people saying QPR Fulham was a derby game. It's not. But there were a few. AK the producer, Preston versus Wickham is the second part of our name is a bit weird. Derby. With the Wanderers taking on the North End. The North End.
Hey, actually.
Preston North End. Ben Spanton Walker, or Ben from EastEnders as he's better known. Or that kid, you know that kid who cried? Yeah, he's got Twitter account.
To be fair, he does. He does look a bit like Ben from EastEnders.
Ben's great. He's always in the derby games. He always gets it right. Man United versus Watford. The manager doesn't ever feel safe. Derby. It's true, isn't it? Watford. You know they've sacked another one this year.
Have they? Who was?
God, I struggle to
He
keep
was
up. I think
their,
Cisco's the new manager, not the guy who wrote the thong song. He's taken over from someone else. So yeah,
tickled you that, didn't it?
Huh? Yeah, imagine Cisco as a football manager.
Like that, didn't it?
That would be. Watford have run through so many managers that Cisco became the manager of Watford. That would be hilarious. Could happen.
Where are they in the league? Sixth.
Yeah.
How did you love me?
Yeah. Right, Exeter versus Sheffield Wednesday is if fans were in, the commentary would definitely make a comment about the distance time needed for the away fans in order to make it to the ground in time for kickoff derby. Jordan Motlib, Norwich versus Coventry is the We Made James Maddison derby. Norwich or Coventry fans, let me know in the comments below who actually made him. Was it you? Jack Johnson, QPR versus Fulham is the badge is just letters derby. More on badges in just a second. Jim's Real Estate, Blackburn versus Doncaster is both our clubs' names would be a suitable replacement at the end of any Harry Potter movie titled Derby. Well, let's find out. I'll just quickly search. Flav just went way because that came back up. I don't watch Harry Potter films, believe it or not, despite boss like me looking just like him when I got my glasses on. Shut up! Harry Potter films, so I don't really know will it work? Let's see. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Rovers. Yep. Hang on, what was it? Who's the other team in this game? Rovers. Yeah,
Doncaster Rovers.
It's always Rovers, isn't it? Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Rovers. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Rovers. Harry Potter and the Order of the Rovers. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Rover. Yeah, it works.
This isn't working.
Okay, well, we move on. Harry Brown, Cheltenham versus Mansfield is the no one knows where these places are derby. Well, let's find out.
We do know, though, don't we, Jim? We do know where Cheltenham is, don't we? Because we were one of the people that helped spread. Well, we shouldn't have done, should we, Jim?
Where
money was great, though.
Let's go now. Where
the money was great.
Oh, hang on, I've gone the wrong way.
Cheltenham is.
Do you know where it is? Wait. If I go out, where I've got, like, you see the mouse. Where is Cheltenham?
Cheltenham is down where Bristol is, to the right.
Where? So Bristol. You think Cheltenham's around here, do you?
No, Cheltenham is sort of if you go up a centimetre to your down right a bit more, stop about there.
Right, Gloucestershire, very close.
It's in Gloucestershire. Go in. Let's see exactly where it is.
Yeah, he's done brilliantly there. Great work, Gloucester, Cheltenham.
Have I?
Yeah, spot on, superb.
Bosh.
But what about Mansfield? But what about Mansfield? Yeah, fuck you. What about Mansfield?
Mansfield's a bit more tricky.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go. I'll have a go. At
well, you go for this one now. You have a go. You have a go. This one.
I think I'm in trouble here. I think Mansfield's around. This isn't good, is it? I think Mansfield's around here.
I have no idea. Derbyshire. Where is it?
Where are you, Mansfield? Where are you? Oh my God!
Game. I like this game.
Look.
Oh, yes, Jim!
Shut your mouth!
That is amazing!
Get in there!
Come on! Who said that? Who challenged us? Who challenged us? Who was it, Jim?
Yours.
Jim, who else was the challenge? Give us any place in Britain, and we'll find it for you. In the comments below, any place next week. If we don't,
oh my God!
If we don't, dicks out on camera. If we can't get within a centimetre on the map, dicks out on camera. If we can't get within a centimetre of whatever place you want, me and Jim dicks out on camera, and we won't even warm it up.
No windmilling.
It'll be cold and little.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't be able to. It'd be like more like a fiddling.
Christ. Jay, Oldham versus Bournemouth. Our first syllable represents two very different stages of life: old and born. Yep, scraping the barrel. Oh, and there was another one that I retweeted. I've got to read that out. It was so good. It was mental. Where is it? There it is. Crawley versus Leeds is obviously the things you will probably require in order to complete an escape room derby. You may need to be Crawley to explore small spaces or to escape the room. You will also need a few Leeds clues in order to solve the mystery and escape the room. Great work to Noah.
Fantastic,
Noah
Noah.
Willett.
Amazing.
Double drop for Noah Willett this week.
Can you do me a favour? Click on Nabry. Where's he going?
Nabry? Oh, he's
to your right. Yeah, let's see where he's going.
Nabry. Hang on. I don't know. I think they're actually talking about Balogun.
Do you know what? It really is really interesting. Really irritating about Twitter is when something
thing.
like I remember.
It's bollocks.
Yeah, tier five would be trending, and it isn't anything to do with tier 5 coming in. It's just these fucking plebs just going, "Oh no, it's not tier 5. Oh, are we going into tier 5?" No, you're just being an arsehole by mentioning it. Just to fucking be a part of a trend, and you're spreading some news that's going to make people anxious just because you have your little tweet read on a fucking trending fucking phrase. I've had enough. Not having it anymore, Jim. Going in.
Understand. This will cheer you up. Little man compliment. Tin Face 87. Get your man compliments in. Something that just really just walks across that line. Doesn't go too far, but you can get away with it. You can say it to any fellow man. Tin Face 87 says...
It's not sexually loaded.
Not sexually loaded. So here we go. Flav. You're looking trim.
Yeah.
That's how you say it, isn't it, though? You've got to be careful.
Oh,
smile for too long there. Looking trim. It's eyebrows up. Eyebrows up. Don't smile. Looking trim, Flav. Like that. There you go.
Cheers. I often go, I ain't. Do you know what? I weighed myself this week, Jim.
I know you did. You told me.
Did I? Sorry. 14 stone 2. 14 stone 2. Never been that heavy in my life, Jim.
I think I'm
never.
What am I? I'm like a lot. 12. I'm 12 something. 12. I like decent 12. Solid amount of 12.
Solid 12.
Anyway, this will cheer you up. Benevento badge.
Hey.
Here it is. Story of the badge.
Shittest badge I've ever seen. It's clip art. It's a clip art witch.
It's a disgrace. I asked. No one answered the question in the comments, but I'll put it out there again. How many penises can you see in the badge?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'd say 16 penises
16
for sure.
Isn't that bad, boy? So we asked you some questions, obviously, about this. I can't be asked to Google what the meaning of this badge is. You should let us know. Now, some people, Jay Tevo, I'm sorry, James, but the longer the story of the badges, the funnier I find them. The fact that someone writes detailed nonsense piece of law about a stupid badge that I'll use for the rest of my life is wonderful. But Flav, you said earlier in the week, normally you don't really touch on the running order. You just let me get on with it, and we go with the flow. But you were like, don't put all the descriptions for the badges. It was overkill for you.
The last one, there was like 7 or 8, and it just went on forever.
It did go on.
Just like they're great, but just have 2 or 3. How many have you put in there?
So this is what I thought I'd do is so we've got Oliver Wright's got one, Dan Burgess got one, Ryan Maxwell's got one, Charlie A's got one, Tricky 18's got one. But how many and which ones do you want to see?
Well, do from Oliver Wright to Ryan Maxwell.
Charlie A and Tricky 18. Better luck next time. Oliver Wright.
Sorry.
So this is the story of the badge you've just seen. Some people say, the badge was inspired by the 13th century legends of the witches of Benevento, a place that is often referred to as City of Witches, a place where in the 13th century pagan rituals took place. I believe that it is that an Italian teenager who looked up cool badges on FIFA 03 and found this, so decided to use it for their annoying granddad's club. So it could be that. Or Dan Burgess says, fairly sure my mate used to play for the Benevento youth before he did his hammy. He said there was a rather promiscuous lady about town back in the day called Ben. Anyway, she made friends with a group of lads and she slept with all of them separately without telling any of them. When they all found out in a Jeremy Kyle type event, they were all so heartbroken. They all thought she was the one, but she tricked them all. That they called the ordeal the Ben Evento. The Ben Event. And made it a support group to talk about their problems, which evolved into a football team. Which on the badge is, according to my mate, a picture of her. Or
that sounds plausible.
That sounds pretty bang on.
Yeah.
Called Benevento.
I think that is it.
That feels like it could be.
Let's hear one more then.
Ryan Maxwell, Benevento. The team was flirting with making the jump. Or Ryan Maxwell says the actual story of the badge is this: Benevento. The team was flirting with making the jump from professional football, but needed investment to make it happen. No one but his wife's mum offered him the money, but agreed a clause that she would be recognised if they made it to Serie B. Years later, the owner was divorced, and then the mother-in-law took him to court for an owner percentage and for her to be acknowledged. He bought her out of the clause for €20,000 in 1970 and agreed to include her in choice of the team's colours and the badge. After requesting red and yellow and herself on the crest she came up with. She died from a paper cut opening her cheque.
Good.
There you go.
Definitely not Ryan Maxwell's. And go on, one more.
Oh, he wants one more.
Definitely wasn't Ryan Maxwell's, and it definitely wasn't the top one.
Okay. Or,
I think it might be Dan Burgess. I think you might have nailed it.
Okay. Or it might be Charlie A. Just checking in. Been listening for a while now, but never commented. Just wanted to recommend. Oh no, sorry. Actually, hang on. There it is.
It's a recommendation. The next
We've
one.
Got two recommendations for next week. The other one's long. The other one's quite long, so let's leave that one. Sorry. Let's try and keep this snappy. Like the Gladiator one was the best one. Okay. So two options for the next badge. You've got Charlie A, who says, check out Stad Renee's badge. Or James and Flav community page says to check out the Romanian club, Asa Targu Murez. It's fucking mental. What do you want, Flav?
I think because of the work that Louis put in, we should choose his.
I agree. First time commenters, it's cost you there. Right. Asa Targu. Asa Targu. Was that it? Targu.
Mures.
There it is. This is exciting because we're about to go. We're about to see something I've never seen before. Oh my god! Oh, hang on. Shit. I need a bigger version of that. It's not bigger.
What the fuck?
Hang on. If I zoom in, here we go. Oh my god!
That'll do. Right.
This could get dark.
Is that a wolf or a bear's head? And that's a knight with a bear. Is it a knight stabbing himself? A bear knight. It's a bear knight stabbing himself through the head.
It's a bear knight. Because
this is a bear knight. Hang on. This is a bear knight stabbing himself through the head because the town of Târgu Mureș is such a shithole that you can't be bear to live there.
Wow. I don't want to throw a spanner in the works here, Flab, but is that his arm?
I like to think it is.
Did you do it like that, though? Seems odd.
This guy's fucking crazy. He's a bear for a start. With a knight of armor, you can't really add reason to this.
Flav, steady on there. I don't want you speculating too much. Let's really get to the facts of it. We don't want any fake news. Let us know in the comments what is the story of the badge. What the Asa Târgu Mureș, spelled differently in the badge to the actual name that we were given.
I wonder what the scales of justice mean. Or balance. The scales of balance, they are.
Interesting. Right, off you go, guys. Good luck. Rob Turner says, why is there no neck? Let us know. And I think that's it. That's your lot. We finish on the badge. We finish on the badge. You do.
And Jim.
Good to be back.
If QPR got next. Who's got QPR got next?
Fulham, mate. Fulham in the FA Cup. Mate. Every year we get to the third round, we're in shit form. We play a club that's a little bit better than us in terms of their playing style. But I just want to win.
They've won. They're unbeaten in 4.
Who?
Fulham in the Premier League.
Why are you bringing up Fulham? I'm not talking about Fulham. I'm talking about QPR.
Just saying the challenge you got in front of you. We talked about QPR already. We haven't said a word about Fulham.
I've actually got to go and do something for the Fulhamish podcast in 20 minutes.
Nice. Quick before you do that, Jim.
Go on. It's like final thoughts.
Forgot what I was going to say. Don't know. Hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, cheers. God, I tell you what, if you are a new subscriber and you've got to the end of that, please let me know in the comments and I will thank you personally.
No chat. Yeah. If you've got to the end of this, right? If you've got the end of this, just say, what should we have? Give them a random word to say in the comments below so people think, what the fuck's going on? Boomerang.
Boomerang. Yeah.
If you've got to this point in the podcast, just write boomerang.
And I'll thank you personally.
And that would be lovely.
But,
no explanation. Just boomerang.
Yeah, just be a new sub. Because if I recognise your name, I'm not going to thank you. All right. Although I do appreciate you being.
Yeah, just say boomerang, new sub boomerang, if you are.
Right, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
And if you are, just say boomerang.
Yeah, I think I've got it. I think they've got it. Right.
Boomerang.
Yes. See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Patrons, thank you very much. We'll see you next week for the mailbag. Join us. Links in the description if you want to become a patron and an official slug. All the best. Bye-bye.